Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Visionary Corner. Today our guest is Mr. EminenceHlbabane. Hey, welcome Mr. Hlabane. How's it, my man?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good, man. Before we start, can I read out your bio?
Oh yeah.
Because the main purpose of this podcast is to educate people about entrepreneurship and people, just like how you took your cooking skills and turned it into a business. But before we start, let me read your bio so that they have an idea. Okay, today our guest is EminenceHlbabane. He is a chef and the founder of Immortal Kitchen. He's an accomplished chef and an entrepreneur. Immortal Kitchen is a catering service company. In 2020, he graduated at HTA School of Culinary Arts School. 2019, he established Immortal Kitchen. 2020, he started a cooking blog which helps people to realize their cooking abilities. 2022, he hosted the biggest youth networking and empowerment event. Hey man, you have done quite a lot of work in a short space of time, and your CV is impressive, your bio, I mean.
Thank you so much.
So before we start the show, how can you describe yourself? Who's Ntwanano?
Ntwanano is a very quiet person. I'm loud sometimes. I'm a chef. I love cooking. I grew up cooking when I was young. The first time I started cooking, look like money, Magunita kitchen, but the onion. That's when I fell in love with cooking. So yeah, and then here we are now.
So when you started cooking, was it not a drag?
Yeah, at first it was like bani soup, but as time went on, how there's something I can learn from this experience. So yeah, and then I was just a culinary school. So yeah.
And at what age did you start cooking?
10, 11.
It's been a while. It was
yeah.
And I'm sure your mom played a huge role by helping you to discover this gifting of cooking.
Yeah, too much, because after matric I was still very later. So even now I suggest because when I runs up circle, why not go to culinary school? Maybe things might work out for you and they take work out.
Sure. And then I'm sure you're the blessed family to support such a dream, because we don't follow such dreams.
It's not easy to support.
Because we obviously the most established careers like being a doctor, your lawyer,
or accountant, teacher, or your nurse,
And there are many opportunities just like being a chef. So obviously, and how did you discover your passion for cooking? Is when you were still young, by cooking?
I think when I was still young, I was skeptical about because I wasn't sure, because I was from South Africa because I was still young. So I think it was after matric, okay, this is what I am meant to do.
So after matric, did you go to culinary school the same time, or it took me a gap year?
It took me, because near 2018. 2018, and then graduated 2019.
Yeah, sure.
So it was a 1 year gap.
Oh, sure.
Oh, 1 year, 2 year gap.
Sure. Oh, I did you're not quite sure as to how to do this.
I really want to do this, but at the end of the day, it was like, okay, let's pursue this.
Sure. And at which day or at what age were you quite sure this thing of cooking is something maybe you can consider as a career? Maybe without my lady, but mention I could go to culinary school.
I think it was after when I was suggesting, okay, try this thing out. So I went with it, and for me, it was another thing for me, because what do you leave behind for your family? So for me, that was the one thing. Do something for future generations.
Because I think that's how we need to start thinking. We need to start thinking generational.
Yeah, because now seriously, economy is very shaky. So depending on one job or depending on one source of income, it's very risky. It's very risky.
Because they're up and down economy, and you can see that the job situation nowadays could only work for 1 year. And it's that's the sad part about this.
So I feel like because I don't want to call it a side hustle. It's my main hustle. So it's just that you have to have multiple income streams.
Sure.
So for me, I take it as my main source of income.
Sure. Owning your own thing and having a legacy to leave for your next coming generation and kids is what motivated you to start, right?
Yeah.
And what else motivated you to go into entrepreneurship?
For me, like I got really like extra cash.
Sure.
Like money, like mid-month because when you have a salary, obviously like the beginning of the month.
Sure.
Like one hour normal, and then when it comes to mid-month,
really sure.
For me, something I'm
sure.
Like any period of the month, that financing,
sure.
like that, something past looks sweet or whatever.
Sure. Yeah. Also, like before Spa, you were working. Then after working, you were also doing some working on the side, pushing your own business.
Yeah.
And when did you start this business?
First year, kind of school.
Sure.
That was when I drew up a business plan.
Sure.
So I got a part of assignment. A business plan.
Sure.
So locally, it's all a business plan. Like feedback, my business plan was like Irish sharp. So for me, like it made sense. Go and start something on a business plan.
Sure.
So that's how like Immortal Kitchen started.
So Immortal Kitchen was your first business in high school. You never maybe sold matzendi?
No, because actually like the first business I could realize
Sure.
Like I share certificate
Sure.
like your masweet or zimba, acha, avocado. So like I feel like it's only one.
Sure.
And then Yikola, Iba,
yeah. So which means that this entrepreneurship spirit runs in the family.
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah, it does.
Because as we've been discussing, we've been running different businesses from your house.
Yeah.
And I'm sure maybe that's why they're very supportive towards your dream, is because they think outside the box.
And they know, okay, like
Sure.
So I think they have that vision, like, okay, in the next 4 to 5 years, that's where it's gonna be.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
And when you started Immortal Kitchen, how did you start,
Well, there was no funding at all. So we started the 500.
Right, sure.
That was the first amount in and that was purely from like Kohasi.
Sure.
Like some avocado, like 100 rand savings, 100 rand savings, and then 500. You wanna buy the first stock Immortal Kitchen.
Sure. So how do you okay, let me dive into funding before we move on to the next question. Well, most people use funding as an excuse, and I know you said you went to sell the avocado, and all of that. So don't you think sometimes instead of waiting for funding, rather start by selling, start doing something to earn an income?
I think like starting small.
Yeah, sure.
Like starting small. You're selling your sweets.
Sure.
Your stock sweets like Konweni, Makwini.
Sure.
And then like that amount we make savings.
Sure.
So that we can actually like push your
dreams. Sure.
Because you can't like wait the whole year just for someone who's gonna fund. What if you don't get the funding?
Sure. So which means you won't start.
Yeah, you won't start. So why not just like do something that's gonna like motivate you and help you build your business.
And that's why people will recognize you by starting rather than waiting.
Yeah, because when you wait, man, like it might not happen.
Funding. Sure.
So for me, it's like starting small.
Because that's what most people despise. I feel like most people don't want to start small. They think everything starts big. And if you start at the corporate data road, they also started somewhere. Sure. Piece by piece. And then that's what we need to learn. And if you were talking when your first stock, it was 500. So how did the business operate? Like, were you catering for a particular event or you were selling from home?
It was like selling from home because it's only like on this very same team. We had the guest event. The first event we planned for 6 people.
Holy sure.
So put the 2. And then that was like for us it was like 500 budget.
Yeah,
and we
already
planned for 6 people.
Sure.
So it really was a loss for us. We found a way to like bounce back. Another 6, which grew to 12, and then other number huge numbers.
Sure. And how did you feel making your first loss with your first time venturing into this?
Because for me it was like something that was expected. Because Lokenda business management, they tell you the first 3 years of the business don't expect to make profit.
Sure.
So for me it was like always like okay, you might not make profit right now, but at least get the name out there.
Sure.
Let people know what you're trying to do.
Because what you just said, it's something powerful. I think that's why you said for first 3 years that's why business struggles. That's why even businesses fail. And that the one reason they fail is because lack of persistence.
Yeah, they expect profit out of like, everything they do, and like sometimes it's not the case. Because it might take you, one it's a year, 2 years, one it's 3 years or more. So it's all about how you put in the work and the amount of time you invest in your business.
That's what matters the most, guys. Rather first invest in your business and invest in your branding. And you also spoke about getting the brand out there. What is the importance of building a brand?
Building a brand is very important. Because people recognize your brand. Like the top brands we see today. Even though you don't know what a chocolate cake you want to taste, just because you know that name, you will want to try that. So like building a brand is very important in terms of like your customers, getting your profits, just like we're speaking now. So I feel like branding is fundamentals of a successful business.
Straight up, because people buy into a brand instead of your product or service. Even your product or service is not that beautiful, or just some labels.
Just because of the brand, they know the brand, so we want to buy into that business.
So is that something you would advise young entrepreneurs to start into looking at that?
Yeah, like brand development, brand awareness. Yeah, for me that's very important when it comes to business.
And like, what keeps you motivated and keeps you going during challenges? And what are some of the challenges that you face?
Right now, currently, for me the biggest challenge was COVID. And like surviving COVID, it was not easy, but because it still haunts us even now. Because like some things we can't do because of restrictions. You can't go out of South Africa because you need a vaccination certificate. So for me, that's the biggest challenge we've ever faced as Immortal Kitchen. Because during COVID-19, you would do your care packages, which was a takeaway, we bring it to your house. So people didn't want us to come to their house because of the restrictions. What if you bring in the corona in your house? So that was the biggest challenge we had.
But I'm sure you came up with a way to restructure your business and ways to move forward.
In as much as like COVID was a downfall, it actually helped us to plan better for the future.
And maybe what are some of the new developments that you developed after or during COVID?
For us, it was the blog.
The
blog was one of the things we were busy with during COVID-19. So we'd cook at home and then share it on our social media pages and then have people interact with us. So when they see that online, they tell us, can you bring it to my house? Or can you use the D or whatever? So that was one of the things that COVID helped us to discover.
So which means when during the COVID you were building your brand, because everyone was literally online.
So like everyone at the time, like our phone in 24/7. So that was like an advantage for us.
And what motivated you to start the blog?
For me, I always wanted to share. Like for me, I want people to learn how to cook. Because I feel like some people make an excuse, but I was going to say, so you should cook for me. So for me, I'm trying to escape the comments that you're a chef, so today. So if there's a blog and then share on your WhatsApp or Facebook, and I'm like, okay, you add 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 teaspoons of bicarbonate, and then you get a pan or whatever, pizza dough. So for me, it was just go 27
and I'm sure
too much because this year when a student shy in a shati baking classes, that was our first student, which we certificate shy and
So do you offer like courses for people who want to learn how to cook?
In the cooking, at the baking lessons, whatever you want us to teach you, we can teach.
And how can they get hold of you or the blog or on itself? If maybe they want to join your cooking classes and baking.
Okay, so the baking classes there in my phone like 067 247 1093, and then the socials that Immortal Kitchens underscore, no, it's Immortal underscore Kitchens. Instagram, Facebook, it's Immortal Kitchens. And then WhatsApp, it's 067 247 10.
Okay guys, did you hear the details? So if you want to be hooked up, check out the details. I'll also post the details so that you can be able to enroll and start your cooking course, because I've checked out critical.
Too much.
So food is everything.
Sure.
And what other services does Immortal Kitchen provide?
Caterer for
Chato, yeah.
Caterer for the baby shower.
Yeah.
Caterer for the corporate events, year-end functions. A fine dining event that we host, which is called Plated Saturday. That's like one thing. You want to learn in the Noya, you can was one of them. So yeah, it's one of the services they did offer.
Sure. So if they want your services, they can still contact you on those numbers.
Yes.
Okay, guys, please let's support one another. If you need a chef, just come at home, and you won't be disappointed, because he has worked with some of the incredible people. So I wouldn't recommend you if he was not good at what he's doing, or I wouldn't be here.
Sure.
So my brother, keep up the hard work that you're doing, because a lot of people, I'm sure, are inspired by your work, and you keep on pushing.
I know it's like you're doing a great job that you're doing. Thank you for actually like wanting to interview me. It's very like it's so sacred when I like interviewing.
Sure.
Sure.
Because there's example, this is an educational platform, or what? People are here to learn from your journey, both to draw inspiration and learning.
Sure.
Because sometimes people can see your work,
oh yeah.
So at least if they all have an idea, how can I do 1, 2, 3 and all of that. So this is the main purpose I want to writing the Hichuna.
Oh yeah.
And then can I ask, what are some of the career opportunities in the culinary space? I mean.
They are very culinary is very broad. You can become chef on a cruise ship. You can become chef like the Navy or SAP. You can become a private chef. You can become an entrepreneur. Your culinary. So it's not just one thing. So it's broad. You can become a dietitian. You can become a food photographer. You can become a food blogger. So like list is endless.
Yes. Yeah. And what are the requirements for one in order to get into that space?
I feel for me, I feel like it's like passion. Passion is the one thing you have. Like you need to have when you want to like become a chef, or because when you look into like restaurant industry, like long hours. So if you don't have the passion of cooking or just wanting to learn, I don't think it lasts maybe like 4, 5, 6 months. So if like there's passion, that obviously push like you know the end game to Keles and everything.
Because pushing is what matters the most. Because passion is what will sustain you. Without passion, there's nothing that you can do. And it does want me to go to school in order to become a chef, or you can also become maybe a self-taught chef.
No, you can become a self-taught chef. Yeah, you can definitely become. You don't have to go to school as long as like you have that passion. So I feel like you can go far with that. Because there's a lot of chefs I know, but not so available. Professional
chefs. And what was your reason for you to go to school?
For me, I wanted to learn like all aspects of cooking, like the cooking methods, everything. So I wanted to like need familiarize and equipment and kitchen. So that was the one way me push riders.
You cook.
Sure.
And what is this guiding? Can I so like the bursaries, are there enough bursaries, and what are some of the schools where people can enroll to do chef?
One of the bursaries, what you can do is via like a pen for like funding, which they do offer the funding, and then the bursaries the government which you can apply for. Those are some of the ones I know, but like the bank and government institutions, Faraka, your free training and everything.
And when being a black person going into this industry, was it not challenging?
Oh, it was very challenging because industry is dominated by one race. So for you as a different race coming into the industry, like it's very hard. So like you have to push yourself, I think. like work those long hours, just be passionate about what you do.
Yeah. And I saw the event that you were talking about, that you said you did a Plated Saturday. How did that event begin? What is the main purpose of the particular event?
So Plated Saturday is like the course, like it's a what everyone at the restaurant did serve at the course. So for me it was like so there's gonna be the restaurant to serve at the course in like Sentin, and if you want something like that you have to go to Sentin. So my idea around Plated Saturday, I wanted to bring those fancy foods so like everyone can enjoy. Okay, if I have to go to Sentin, the Plated Saturday, they offers the same same qualities, yeah. Instead of going to like Sentin, you can like
and the food is safe and transportation cost. So at least the comfort and even bring more people. Not like when people come from Sentin who are visiting Kasi, you can even come and have a meal.
Yeah. So that was the whole idea behind Plated Saturday.
So initially we were taking like Sentin with the Salalokshi,
that was services. Sure.
Because sometimes I think that's what we need to do. Instead of going that side, just bring those services this side. Yeah.
Sure. Like build a Kasi economy. Take out money, we use that side. So like, which means there's no development.
Sure. And as you were speaking, it's up to us as young entrepreneurs to create those opportunities that we want.
Sure. You don't just wait for opportunities. Yeah.
And I'm sure behind the event, there are a lot of people who are benefiting from this.
Definitely, because that Plated Saturday, I got youth empowerment, networking. So I got the entrepreneur brand, which is like a chance to network, which is another thing like scarce in us, which is networking functions with people like that side, North, West. So for us, it was like this are that networking side. So like everyone talking that information now. We desire the networking functions.
And that's power. Like the networking is something that's very powerful.
Yeah, it's very powerful because over familiarized now bangalika industry.
Sure. So now it becomes much simpler. Even the industries like I wanna go into later on. We can still go back at the Langtisa.
Sure.
And what are your future plans with Immortal Kitchen?
Immortal Kitchens, man, is like only big things.
Sure.
Because that's what we have in mind. We want to go big.
Sure. And what are some of the events that people can expect that are upcoming?
We have a Valentine's edition of Plated Saturday, which is on the 5th of February. So yeah, that's something they can expect. The link Dama ticket will be sent out soon. And there are very limited seats for this one. So yeah, that's the one event they can expect from us soon.
So in order to attend that event, you need to come with a partner, or even
if you can come alone, it's just like an event just to celebrate
Valentine's.
To celebrate Valentine's. You don't have to like have a partner to celebrate Valentine's.
Because I thought maybe it's limited to
No.
couples.
As long as now when you feel like the Valentine's spirit, you can just pull through and just enjoy good food and great wine.
So how much do you think the tickets will be?
One of that I can say now.
Now up until you have all the information.
Yeah, but just know, like there's a Valentine's edition. Plated Saturday coming soon.
Because you're doing great work, and I wish you all the best in the journey that you're pushing.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then before maybe we wrap up the interview, like maybe are there any books that you read or shows that you watch that you'd love to recommend to our people?
Kuna this other book and I wanna like recently, it's called Sell Like Crazy. Yeah, Sell Like Crazy is one book that I'm reading right now that is very interesting. And then the TV shows, it's MasterChef South Africa. Chopped, those are some of the shows I watch.
Because you need to keep on empowering yourself.
Yeah.
Because you need to study in that field.
Yeah. Learning. You need to keep learning.
Because without learning, there's no way where you're going.
Never.
Like learning, it's a lifetime thing or a lifetime commitment.
And we learn so much from each other. Because like I've learned so much from you, Namoncha. Which is I didn't expect when I 20 So like just by like conversation and you actually learn something from the person.
True, because that's how you cool out and there are many ways to get it.
Sure.
Sometimes it's a TV show, books.
Sure, because when like there's the audio books these days. So there's so many ways to actually empower yourself.
Sure. So you need to find that particular thing to empower yourself. Focus at
Sure.
And before we wrap up, what are the last maybe 2 or 3 words that you love to say to our audience, bro? Three. Or any words that you love to say, anything that you like to live with them?
Just be patient in what you do.
Sure.
Have faith. Always pray. Yeah, that's what I can say. Like believe in God, believe in your craft. Yeah, that's what I can tell the viewers at home.
And I think you've given them the keys. Number 1, prayer. 2, believing in God. Number 3, passion.
Sure.
Because I believe that you should start a business around your passion.
Yeah, I think that's like the right way to do it.
Because that's our mandate in this company, Visionary Recorder. Because you need to take your passion and turn it into entrepreneurship. Because without passion, you're not gonna make it. Like as you have said, for the first 3 years, those are the most difficult ones.
Yeah, those are the most challenging years of a business.
So that's why you need to find your passion and invest in that. And as we wrap up, maybe can you also say your contact details again for those who want to reach out to you and learn more.
So our WhatsApp number is 067 247 1093, and then our Facebook is Immortal_Kitchens, kitchens with a Z.
Sure.
And then our Instagram is Immortal_Kitchens with an S. So yeah.
Okay, thank you guys, and I hope you had a great time, and I hope you have learned a lot from our interview. And see you in the next episode. Thank you.
Thank you.